What are they doing? They're getting high, and they know exactly what they're doing. In 2014, a BBC documentary crew was filming dolphins off the coast of Mozambique using hidden cameras disguised as sea creatures. Turtle cam, squid cam, cameras built to blend in and capture dolphins behaving naturally. And what they captured stunned everyone. A group of young bottlenose dolphins, teenagers, basically, found a pufferfish. And instead of eating it, they started playing with it. Gently, carefully, passing it around in a perfect circle, for 20 to 30 minutes. The dolphins weren't biting down. They weren't tearing it apart the way they do with prey. They were chewing it softly, just enough to make it react, just enough to make it release something. And then, they started acting strange. They floated to the surface, stopped moving, just drifted there, completely still, staring at their own reflections in the water. Mesmerized, peaceful, almost euphoric. Rob Pilley, the zoologist who produced the documentary, said it immediately. This was a case of young dolphins purposely experimenting with something we know to be intoxicating. They weren't hunting. They were getting high. So what's actually happening here? Pufferfish, also called blowfish or fugu, are one of the deadliest creatures in the ocean. When they feel threatened, they inflate their bodies into spiky balloons, and they release a neurotoxin called tetrodotoxin, TTX for short. This toxin is insane. Just a tiny amount, we are talking milligrams, can paralyze a human. It shuts down your muscles. Your lungs stop working. You suffocate while still fully conscious. There's no antidote. In Japan, specially trained chefs spend years learning how to prepare pufferfish as a delicacy called fugu. One wrong cut, and the dish becomes lethal. But here's the thing. In small doses, controlled, carefully measured doses, TTX doesn't kill you. It numbs you. It creates a tingling sensation, a trance-like state. It blocks the sodium channels in your nerves, which means your brain can't send signals properly. You feel disconnected, floating. Some researchers even compare the effect to a mild painkiller or a psychedelic. And dolphins? They figured this out, all on their own. What makes this even more wild is how the dolphins do it. They don't just grab the pufferfish randomly. They are deliberate, strategic. They chew on it gently, just enough pressure to make the fish feel threatened and release a small puff of toxin into the water. But not so hard that they trigger a massive release that could kill them. Think about that level of control. They know exactly how much force to use, how long to hold it, when to pass it to the next dolphin. This isn't their first time. Scientists believe this is a learned behavior. Older dolphins teach the younger ones. Here's how you do it. Don't bite too hard. Don't swallow it. Just chew and pass. It's like watching someone teach a teenager how to roll a joint. Except it's dolphins. In the ocean. With one of the deadliest toxins on the planet. And they've perfected it. Now, not everyone agrees with this theory. Some scientists argue that we are reading too much into it. Diana Rees, a dolphin cognition researcher, points out that dolphins play with all kinds of fish. They pass things around. They stare at their reflections all the time, even when they're not high. She says we might just be projecting human behavior onto them, seeing what we want to see. And she has a point. We don't have definitive proof that TTX has a narcotic effect on dolphins specifically. Most of the research on tetrodotoxin has been done on humans, not marine mammals. But here's the counter-argument. The dolphins in the footage weren't just playing. They were acting completely differently than they do with normal prey. With fish they want to eat, they tear them apart in seconds. With the pufferfish, they were gentle, careful, almost reverent. And after handling it, they didn't swim away. They didn't hunt. They just floated. 4 minutes. In a behavior that scientists had never seen before. That's not normal dolphin play. That's something else. And dolphins aren't the only ones. Animals getting high isn't new. Reindeer in Siberia seek out and eat hallucinogenic mushrooms called fly agaric, and they'll even drink the urine of other reindeer who've eaten them because the psychoactive compounds pass through. Jaguars in the Amazon chew on the bark of yage vines, which contain DMT, one of the most powerful hallucinogens in nature. Elephants will travel miles to find fermented marula fruit, just to get drunk. Even house cats go crazy for catnip because it triggers a neurochemical response in their brains that mimics euphoria. So maybe dolphins doing this isn't so strange after all. Maybe seeking altered states of consciousness isn't just a human thing. Maybe it's something deeper, something hardwired into intelligent creatures who are curious about the limits of their own minds. Here's what gets me about this story. Dolphins are one of the smartest animals on the planet. They have self-awareness. They recognize themselves in mirrors. They have names, unique whistles they use to call each other. They mourn their dead. They form alliances. They plan. They teach. And now, we know they experiment. They take risks. They seek experiences that change the way they feel. They pass knowledge down through generations, not for survival, but for something else. Something harder to define. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's boredom. Maybe it's the same reason humans have been seeking altered states since the beginning of time. Because we want to feel something different. See the world from another angle. Step outside ourselves for just a moment. If that's true, then maybe dolphins are more like us than we thought. And maybe that says something profound about consciousness itself. That intelligence doesn't just mean solving problems or finding food. It means asking what if. It means wanting more than just survival. It means wanting to feel alive. So are dolphins really getting high on pufferfish? We still don't know for sure. The science is still catching up to the behavior. But one thing's certain. These animals are far more complex, far more intelligent, and far more curious than we ever gave them credit for. And that is beautiful. If this story changed the way you see dolphins, or the ocean, or intelligence itself, subscribe. Because I find these stories, the ones that make you stop and think, the ones that make the natural world feel a little more magical. Don't miss the next one.